Hey Scott, you sail, right?
Yeah.
Hey Jack, have you ever been out on the water sailing and just thought to yourself, what's the pressure on my sail? Why am I going so fast? Why is my boat tilted?
No. I know Scott sails. He's got a couple trophies around here.
Maybe we should ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a thing or two about sailing. What do you guys want to know?
The pressure.
Okay, well, let's get started.
There are two types of forces in a sail. There's the lift right here and the drag right here. Lift is perpendicular to the wind force and drag is parallel to the wind force. As you can tell by this diagram, the wind comes in, drag is parallel, lift is perpendicular. Stop it. The next demonstration we're going to do is similar to the sail. This piece of paper represents the sail. When I blow on it, I'll create pressure, more pressure above here, less below, so the sail will rise because of the difference in pressure. Like that, and that's how a sail works. Sailing directly into the wind is called luffing. The sail does not inflate with air, therefore no lift force is created. The lift force propels the boat forward. The only force acting on the boat is drag, so the boat moves backwards while the sail is luffing. This right here represents the direction of the wind. As you can see, no wind fills the sail, so there's no lift force being created. The drag force, which is perpendicular to the wind, makes the boat drift backwards like this. And luffing is very slow, as you can see, because you don't move. The only time you want to do it is at a starting line position. Okay. The wind is coming from this direction, so drag is in this direction right here. Lift is in this direction right here. The goal of a sailboat race is to get from the starting line to the buoys by sailing the lifted tacks. Right now, he's on a lift. He's sailing as close as he can. He gets knocked right here when the boat starts to head away from the buoys. That means the drag force has been greater than lift force. So he tacks to stay on another lift. And then he'd get knocked right here again because some higher pressure. So then he tacks again, sails another knock. Keeps doing this until he sails all the way up the lake. And then going downwind, the same rules also apply with your sails let out. A puff could come in from over here. It could alter your pressure of sail. It could hit it this way, which most likely could be a knock. So then he would want to jibe before the puff comes. So then he changes his direction here, lets his sail out. The puff will hit, and he will get a burst of speed going down, and he will accelerate. And that is how puffs, lifts, and knocks work.
Hey Scott, you sail, right?
Yeah.
How do you start a sailboat in a sailboat race?
Well, there are several boats. Oh, God.
Scott, how do you start a sailboat in a sailboat race?
Well, there are several sailboats lined up between a buoy and a boat. You go to the starting line and you start luffing. And there's a 5-minute sequence. And after 5 minutes, you start the race. You pull your sail in and set upwind. And the primary objective is to sail the lifts up the course, as we talked about in our physics.
Nice. How do you steer a sailboat?
Well, there are two parts of the boat. The centerboard and the rudder. The centerboard keeps the drag forces minimal, so your boat doesn't slide sit. The rudder propels your boat forward. Without the centerboard in the boat, your boat would side slip because of the drag forces.
Well, I learned a lot about sailing today, and as a group, next time we go sailing, keep that pressure and force in mind.
You guys are welcome to sail anytime.